Hello, it is World Wide Web, Wednesday, March 4th, 2020. Short and sweet today, this coronavirus, even though almost nobody has it and almost nobody is getting in big physical trouble that has it, unless they're already older, weak immune system, all that kind of stuff. And yet, the biggest area that is affecting, of course, is travel. So all kinds of in-person events are being called off. The 2020 Olympics are now in question. Cisco just called off some big event with like 5,000 people, and all kinds of things are being canceled. And so as small business owners, the good news is we are prepared always to pivot, to innovate, to change on a moment's notice. And so one of the things that's happening is, if you don't already, you want to make sure that you get some internet meeting software, some online meeting software. And so you can look it up, just online meeting software, online meeting service, I guess. There's tons of them, from big companies like Amazon and Google and Cisco, down to smaller companies and startups. I've used a whole bunch of them. I used Zoom is one of my favorites. I used that when it first came out. You might have noticed, if you've been following my Facebook Live videos for 3 years, I did some and interviewed some people using the Zoom software when it first came out, and it was in beta. And then they had all kinds of bugs in it, and I canceled it. And I remember one of the top programmers was calling me and asking me questions because I'd used it a lot. Cancel it, and he was saying, how can we improve it, what's wrong, whatever. Took me a couple of years and went back to it. I've used conference call, totally free conference calls. Used to be freeconferencecalls.com. There's a GoToMeeting. There's just, look it up with an online search engine, but make sure that you get some online meeting software, even if it's one-to-one, if it's one to a group. They have all different capabilities, different numbers of people can be on it for different lengths of time. Can you record? Does the recording go into the cloud? Do you have to download it onto your computer? Do you have group chat? Do you have private chat? Can you share the screen? It's really great when you can share the screen with a meeting over the computer, so you can show somebody your screen. You can show a PowerPoint presentation or a video if you want. You can show websites. You can go to have them share their screen. You can walk them through it. Sometimes for customer service, you can have them share their screen. You can take control of it through this meeting software, a lot of them, and you can then go into their screen and you can start to, do this and that and click here and click there and show them how it's done. So it's great uses for customer service, great use for sales, great use for just building relationship. Much better than just doing the phone conference is doing the video conference. The software is there, the technology is there. And by the way, one effect this is likely to have long term is, as people get used to this, just like with email, more and more people will give up altogether on the in-person thing, just like they make the mistake of not sending physical mail. People send like text messages and email, and they don't send a handwritten card, or they don't send a piece of mail through the mail or through a FedEx or a courier service. Big mistake. So you can capitalize on this, that once this whole ridiculous scare is over and people get back to normal, that people are likely to say, hey, gee, now I don't have to travel, and I don't have to get dressed, and I don't have to go anywhere, and I can have this meeting. And then you, dear viewer, listener, reader, however you are getting this information today, are going to be way ahead of the game if you keep having the in-person meetings. So there is nothing even anywhere close to the power for relationship building, for persuasion, for sales, for marketing, for anything at all between two people. Nothing better than being in person. The online video software is great, but if there was a list of 1 to 100, that would be number 92, and in person would be 91. So watch what happens as more and more people want to do these things online, And then, even though the scare will end, people will say, gee, you know, this is more convenient. Yeah, but a heck of a lot less powerful. So remember that lesson once this whole nonsense thing is over. And speaking of over, that'll do it for World Wide Web Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow on Throwback Thursday. Thanks for watching today, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.